Wonderful.
Yeah. May I comment on that? I'm going to say that mine was very dramatic for this reason. As I mentioned earlier, I went over as a sort of a greenhorn. And the guys I was with, well, let's back up. The war in Europe was over in May, but the war in the Pacific continued. The Army, the military, developed a point system. You were awarded a point for, say, every month. I'm not sure I got all these numbers right, but you got a point, 1 point for every month in the service. You got another point for every month in a combat area. So they determined that if you had 85 points, you're going home. The war is over for you, no matter the war in Japan or not. I had 79 points. So guess what? I left my buddies at Frankfurt, Germany, Y-89, an old German airfield, and all these guys were saying, oh boy, we're lucky, we're going home, you're going to fight the Japs. So they shook me out, they pulled me out with other guys who had less than 85 points. I got on went to a big replacement area, and then down to Marseille, France, to ship. I was assigned now to another unit, an artillery unit, and I was going to be radar man, radio-controlled guns. That's what I was going to do. And anyway, when we were in this big, huge replacement camp at Marseille, they dropped the first bomb. I think that was the 6th of August. We didn't hear anything. Japs continued to fight. On the 9th, they dropped the second bomb. I think it was either that day or the next day. We went down to the harbor and we got on a brand new transport, a Navy transport, Army transport, called the General Breckinridge. It was on its maiden voyage. That means the first time ever that it loaded up with troops. There were 5,000 of us on that vessel. Again, as we were leaving the dock, a kid came with the Stars and Stripes. That was an Army newspaper. Held it up, says, "Japs quit." We still didn't hear anything. I was sick from the minute that the ship started to move. I was on the fantail, on the hatch cover in the fantail, sicker than a dog. It was a beautiful day, but I was sick and I was on my gut trying to get some relief. And in the Navy, when they make an announcement, they say, Charlie will tell you, "Now hear this, now hear this." And the voice came on. But very unusual. Usually when you heard that "now hear this," very quiet in the background. This time there was all kinds of racket. I thought, boy, there's something crazy going on. The guy says, "Now hear this. I'm the troop commander on this vessel. My pleasure to announce our destination has been changed from Okinawa to New York City." 3 days later, we steamed into New York Harbor on a beautiful morning, sun shining. It was just time to go to work kind of thing. I'd only seen Manhattan Island in the movies. Saw the Statue of Liberty. We had asked somebody where Brooklyn was. They said, "There's Brooklyn over there on that Brooklyn side." But you people from New Jersey might appreciate this. We landed at Pier 89 in Manhattan. That's on the west side, next to a big ocean liner. We got off. Incidentally, they handed us a bottle of milk. We hadn't had milk for a year and a half. And we tried to drink the bottle of milk while we were running to this ferry boat. We go across. We didn't know where we were going. We went across. It happened to be, we found out where it was later, and we walked up to a railroad station, high platform, and beautiful young girls were coming to work in Manhattan. This was quite a sight, you know. So we didn't know where we were. And one of the guys says, "Ladies, where are we?" And this one girl says, "You're in Jersey, man, you're in Jersey." We figured out we were in New Jersey, but it was Jersey. I don't know if they still talk like that in Jersey or not.
I can tell you my experience when I came home. My wife and I were married when I was in the aviation school in California. When I went overseas, I didn't see her for over 3 years. And when we got into the States, they told us as our clothes got dirty, throw them overboard. You'll get new clothes when you got to the States. Los Angeles, no clothes. We come into Fort Sheridan, Illinois, 10 below zero. Short sleeve suntans on. A lot of the guys didn't have shorts or socks. They just threw everything overboard. And we stayed there for 5 days till they got closed to outfit us so we could get discharged.
Another angle on being happy or ending the war, we were at sea in the Atlantic when the word came through that we had dropped atomic bombs on Japan. And we all said, what is an atomic bomb? We had no idea. It was all, of course, secret. We had no idea what it was. We just supposed it was a very large bomb. We had no idea at all of the consequence and what it meant to the world later. But we just couldn't be excited because we didn't understand it. And it was years later before we really fully understood what an atomic bomb really is.